And we are back from the break. The party has arrived in orbit around Grilla. Grilla is a dense cluster of asteroids. I'll zoom in on the map for viewers so they can get a little bit of a better feel for it. And there's a lot of asteroids, and there's greenery everywhere. Trees are growing on these large asteroids. Many of them are quite large, and covered in grasses. There are some that have a bit more varied, ecologies and things like that. Some small mountains on some of them, some hills, deserty areas, dry areas, and things like that. But overall, like the general feeling is that even on those, there's still a lot of plant and animal life that you can tell from a distance. The cluster itself is not like a globe. They do share air envelopes, but and while you can't really see it, you can kind of get a feel for it based on as you're flying around. So it would be kind of like if you could see the air envelopes, it'd be really lumpy, as opposed to a single sphere. Because while they're all like their air envelopes all overlap and everything like that, it's not creating a single sphere around the whole cluster.
Oh,
because that would be an air world then.
Yeah. Would Braxon be able to fly from asteroid to asteroid on his fly?
For some of them, yes. Some of them might be a little bit too far for that to be really feasible. But they do, like, you've heard that they don't they never get close enough to like collide with each other.
Right.
They're like the guidebook would indicate that that there seems to be some kind of force that keeps them from ever actually touching each other. But sometimes they do get close. Other times they stay quite far apart. But like one of them is always like they're always close enough for one to be touching the air envelope of another one, kind of thing.
Yeah. So do we need to tow the turtle ship to Bonanza?
Yes.
Is it worth us going there with it?
That's where they want to go.
Right. Okay.
And Bonanza has your guidebook would indicate that they have comparatively cheap ship repairs.
Right.
That's good.
Does anyone want to check out Bonanza while we're here? Seeing as
I think we should, since we also have plenty of gems still to sell.
Oh, we do? Oh, we should go everywhere then if we need to sell gems.
I think we have still over a few at least 100,000 in gems.
If I'd have realised that, I'd have said we'll have more stops on the way in.
Well, not necessarily at every port.
Well, it does help to keep running notes of things that you may need to do like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you begin to you check your guidebook to get an idea of where Bonanza is and head in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. It'll take a few hours to get there, but because you're going to be traveling at tactical speed, you can travel much closer together.
Okay.
And once you locate the asteroid island that Bonanza is on, you can see like it's built along the edge of one of the asteroids, and kind of like has clearly spread up away from the little cove-like port of it, up into the hills. And closing in, you can see that the hills and mountains nearby and across this island, this asteroid island, are filled with mines. Like you can see mining structures everywhere. But of course, there's also a lot of flat land that is devoted to farming and stuff like that as well. You close towards Bonanza, and a small ship launches out and approaches you, signaling that they are a pilot ship to guide you in. Seeing that you have 3 ships, they ask if you need 3 berths, and they give you a quick rundown on the docking costs, which are quite expensive.
Yeah. Okay. Well, one of the ships is Braxon will signal that one of the ships is not our ship. We have captured a pirate ship that attacked a ship that was traveling to Bonanza, and we're using the captured pirate ship to tow that in.
So
We're still going to go to Bonanza, everyone.
Sounds fun.
The Sunning Terrapin, the turtle ship, will indicate that, with their helmsman being in better health now, they can pilot themselves in. They appreciate your assistance, but they can now take care of themselves and pay for their own docking fees, and that they'll get started selling off their cargo and doing what they were planning to do in the first place, and definitely getting their ship repaired.
Yeah, we'll want to get Solas back from them and our,
Yes.
our carpenter.
Yes.
He'd be trying to teach them all how to write, won't he? While he's over there.
I think we should stop in Bonanza to sell at least some of our gems, even if it's a bit expensive to stop.
Okay, what sort of docking fee was it all?
Okay, so they give you a docking fee of 5 gold piece per keel foot, with a daily fee of 1 gold piece per keel foot, and a departure fee of 2 gold pieces per keel foot.
They charge you for leaving.
Add up.
We can go in with Flitter.
Just
They
carrying
charge you
gems?
for charge you for docking. They charge you for staying. They charge you for. Oh my god.
Are we going in with the Flitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the cheapest.
Can I
and,
cast no
we only-
customs on them?
And if we only are going to be
I just
selling
want to know if
gems-
this is a
Alright.
custom of theirs, if it's like the art of negotiation or what.
All right,
Or
real
they're
fast.
Trying to con you.
Real fast. What is the range on that?
Pretty good, actually. No customs. It has got a
And this is
range,
straight out of the book. I read this and I was like, wow, that seems a lot. And I calculated it out and I was like, holy crap!
I like that we're going to go in on the Flitter. That's really good because we're only selling gems.
It's listed as
I
special,
mean,
so I'm having to look up the spell, so give me a sec. I've got it open. Cast must be within 30 yards. So 90 feet.
All right, that's going to be a little bit too far. Not far
alright.
enough.
Alright, so I can't do anything with this.
Okay, so
Not yet. But I mean, you can always try to
Is
negotiate.
the Flitter the small ship on top?
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, no.
Yeah.
So the
no Flitter is
Flitter's smaller than that.
Yeah.
It's a butterfly.
Yeah.
the small ship on top is the Dolphin Shuttle. The Flitter
Okay.
is an elven vessel with great big butterfly wings, but it's essentially the size of a rowboat, a
Okay.
lifeboat kind of thing. So yeah, it's
Just-
a lot smaller.
We could go in with the shuttle then, can't we? That'd be
no.
at least a...
Let's just go with Flitter because we don't need a big ship if we are just selling gems and buying stuff we can carry.
We're going with that idea. Yeah.
I mean, if they are going to be
Penny pinching.
charging us per kill foot, no point in paying more than
Yeah.
we have to.
So, Braxon, we'd all be sending messages, wouldn't we, between the three ships?
Yeah, I mean, when the pilot vessel approached, you would have pulled
Yeah.
in close enough that you could communicate to each other.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then Braxton would say, well, if you charge by the kill fleet, can't charge by the kill size, we're going to go in on our flitter, and I'll have our two ships stand off. And then Braxton would send over a message, Solas. We'll see you, and insert name of Carpenter number 2 on the asteroid on
Well,
Bonanza.
I mean, you're close enough that you could transfer crew easily.
Mhm.
Like you could the
Oh,
Solas
right.
and your Carpenter could offload from the turtle onto either the Dolphin or the Hammer ship.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now you would also
Okay.
have an option if you choose to turn over the pirates here.
I
No,
think we
do the
can
elven.
turn over the human pirates and keep the hobgoblin for elves.
I still think
I
the
think
elven
the
Imperial
human-
Navy.
Since I think the human pirates are just pirates.
Yeah, but you want
We
Not
get
sure what the law would be like here.
Yeah. I was going to hand them over to the Imperial.
This
Elven Navy.
strikes me as a place that'll, if they've got enough money to bribe their way out, they'll bribe their way out. Judging
You've
by
taken their
how
money.
Braxton's-
You've taken their money.
We have taken
yeah,
their
we've
money.
taken
Yeah.
all.
The best
the
they could
valuable
do,
things
the
they
best they
have.
could do is free us, and we promise to pay you back with what's back at our base. Wink.
Mhm.
Which they may or may not
I
have.
I think we want to give the pirates to the elves.
Alright.
Anyone
Yeah,
else?
I think let's vote on it then.
It's my vote too, because I'd rather see them face proper justice.
Same. I think we should hand them over to the elves.
Yeah, I agree. Are the elves on Bonanza?
No,
Nope.
a
No.
different asteroid in Grilla.
Okay, yeah.
It's
so.
because they have over. They also have. It works to our advantage in that their intersphere. If we do anything locally, it only affects this local area. If we work with an intersphere, network, then we can call in
Yeah, no.
favors elsewhere.
Okay, well there was a call to vote. I think I know where it's going to go, but Braxon, your vote.
Take them to the elves.
All right, Darrakar.
The elves.
All right, Solas.
I say offload them here.
Okay, Lankas.
Elves.
Ockar.
Elves.
Finn.
Elves.
Lafdul.
Elves.
Okay, elves it is. Okay, so you indicate to the pilot vessel that you will be anchoring offshore, essentially. There's probably a better term for that. I need to think about that.
Yeah.
And coming in on the flitter.
In orbit.
They agree. So let's see. You can try to negotiate the fee if you
Braxton
want.
looks like he's having like a heated discussion, I'm getting closer, and to see why he's having a heated discussion.
You guys could all be there. Like, that's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. He's not having a heated discussion, but you guys all said let's go in on the flitter, so I was like, okay, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I'd definitely be within range for no custom, surely.
No.
Or are we shouting across a ship range?
Yeah, you're basically calling. I mean, it's like signaling. Like it's still signaling.
Yeah.
All right.
Because for one thing, they don't know if your like air envelope would be fouled. Although actually no. So where you are is Your air
We've-
envelopes would not be overlapping if you were out in space, but you're in the air envelope of the asteroid right now. So
Yeah.
fouling
So
doesn't
whatever
matter.
the air asked.
But
is
it's
is
still
ours
signaling.
now.
They're still signaling.
Yeah.
Also, a good, maybe a good term would be docking space side.
Okay, then. Well, then we would sidle up to the turtle ship so Solas can get back on board the our ship. Solas, are you going to fly the flitter, or do we want to get someone else to fly the flitter?
Lankas would offer to fly the flitter just because while you're selling stuff, you could ask around.
Lankas isn't on the battle dolphin, though.
You could all get on the battle dolphin. You're close enough to each other.
Okay.
Like you would have
Alright.
all clustered
Yeah.
up so that you can make your preparations. You can do what
Oh,
you
right.
need,
So we
train,
can
change
just-
crew,
yeah.
and decide. Yeah.
All right. All right. We'll just have the two ships tie up to each other then.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to fly us in, Lankas, you're welcome to.
Yeah, it'd be good to start asking around as many places as I can.
Okay.
So basically, have you seen a banana boat? That's what we're like. That's what we're like on this flitter.
No, it's a like if you've seen like one of the Titanic's lifeboats, like that's kind of what I'm thinking the size is. It's 20 feet long.
Mhm.
The flitter is 20 feet long.
Mhm.
It's enough to fit most of us, I think, at once.
Yeah. I mean, you could like if I remember correctly, the packing it in rules say that it is, I believe it's keel times beam is the absolute maximum number of people you could have on a ship without it destabilizing, essentially, and that's 100 people on a flitter. Like, but that's completely packed in. That's everyone standing up, kind of thing. So.
Everyone's sardined.
Pretty much.
But yeah.
Pretty much. So, like, if you needed to use it as a landing craft, you could get, like, 100 people on it.
Yeah. It's not a long-term solution. It's just transport.
Yeah.
It's like getting in an elevator with 20 people. Not
All right,
claustrophobic at
so,
all.
who wants to go, and what do you want to do there? So, like, what do you want to do to prepare going there, getting down there, and everything?
Oh, our prisoner, as an FYI, is come into contact with fresh air, I would assume.
Oh yeah.
So we have to
Yeah.
now. He's going to be unconscious for however long Finn's
I
All right.
think it would be
medicine
still a few
is.
days.
So
We-
yeah, we've got a few days.
We'll pull him in and lock him in a room again, like we locked him in before.
Well,
We're
How
not
long
necessarily going to be for a few days. If we're selling gems,
oh yeah, the
Well,
other
you might
yeah,
not. You might not
places
even be.
well-
You might not even be on Bonanza for a full day. So.
yeah.
Yeah, we are only basically selling gems and doing some shopping.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to ask around if people know the current locations of gnome colonies in Grilla.
Yeah, I can ask around about the maze that I'm questing for too.
Okay.
I don't think the one I'm looking for is on Grilla. I believe that she's in the grinder somewhere.
Siri.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
Siri.
ask if
can
you
still
heard
ask.
of
You can
a
still ask
Minotaur,
questions,
not Minotaur, monitor.
Monitor.
I can
It's
ask.
annoying when they're all the
I
same.
can go around and ask about that. Yeah. See if anybody knows anything about monitors.
All right. So let me get a kind of a sound off on who wants to go. Braxon.
Yeah, Braxton's going.
Okay. Darrakar already said he wanted to. Solas.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to do some shopping.
Okay. Lankas is piloting, so obviously going. Be kind of hard not to.
We got our
And
spell
has
component
questions.
thing, haven't we?
Ockar, you wanted to ask some questions, correct?
Yeah, just
Okay.
asking around, see if anybody knows anything about modders or the Dark Star kind of thing.
All right. Finn.
Well, I was thinking someone needs to stay behind, but I guess Finn will go because you mentioned spell components.
Okay.
Mhm.
And
yeah, I
Lafdul.
think we all have to go. I'm usually the one that sells the gems.
Okay. All right. So everyone's gonna go. Do you want to take? Because is there anyone that's gonna stay at the flitter, or do you want to bring along a couple people to guard the ship?
You
when
bring
you're
along our apprentices. They can guard the ship.
Yeah,
Mine and Ockar's.
Okay.
that sounds good to me.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. So you all pile into the flitter. You leave Sunfayun, Nor, and Nemariel in charge.
Mm-hmm.
And
We should be capable of all the dwarves and gifts, so.
yeah. And head on to Bonanza. You're led in by the pilot vessel, which directs the Sunning Terrapin into a repair dock area so that they can get repairs. Through the over the course of the travel, would anyone have cast some Shape Woods?
I always memorize one every day, so
Well, you wouldn't
Yeah.
have been on the Terrapin every day, but you would have cast a couple. We'll say.
yeah.
Okay.
We were
Finn would
stopping
have as well.
Okay.
Sorry, spoke over you, Finn. We would have stopped every day or so, wouldn't we? So
There would have been regular course corrections and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But generally
So-
not long enough to trade crew and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean there would have been a couple times when you would have been able to. So a couple spells
Well,
from
I was-
Lafdul and Finn.
yeah, I wasn't so much thinking trading crew. I mean, if they were going to do the Shape Wood,
But that's
it'd
what
be
you would
relatively
need to be able to trade crew in order to do that. Is what I'm getting at.
Oh,
So
okay.
even if you didn't
Okay.
actually trade crew, you'd have needed to bring the ships together, get them over to
Yeah.
that vessel, have the spells cast, get them back, and that's more than just stopping for course corrections, is what I'm getting at.
All right.
But yeah, there would have
Okay.
been a couple times. So a couple spells from the two of them to do some quick repairs, so they don't need as much repaired here. So you probably, and with the carpenters there, probably would have gotten it back up to half hull points, so like 20 hull points kind of thing. Although, would you have been willing to give them some lumber to do the repairs?
Hmm.
I mean, personally, I'd be willing, but
I don't mind.
I don't entirely mind either. But it's up to the main captain.
Well, it costs us money, you know. They that counts as our good deeds if we do that. I think everyone would have to vote on giving them the wood. It's one thing for repairing it with their wood, but then if we're giving our wood away, we're giving our profits away.
Well, we're investing in potential traders, and at the end of the day, we do need to network, so.
I know. I'm happy to do it but I think we should do a vote because there might be other people that aren't happy.
Okay, Braxon, what would you have voted?
Probably no.
Okay. Darrakar?
Okay. Sorry, I missed that. Voted on what?
Give them some free wood to fix their ship with.
The lizard.
From
man.
our stockpile.
Probably no.
Okay, Solas?
I'm okay with it.
All right, Lankas?
Yeah, I'd vote yes.
All right, Ockar?
Vote yes.
All right, Finn?
Finn is fine with it as long as it's not too much of the wood.
So yes-ish. We'll go with yes for now. Lafdul?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yes holds. So yeah, that would have been 4 hull points worth of wood that you would have given them.
4 whole points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have, they had some as well, but they needed a little bit more to just do what they could. And that will save them a lot of money. Even though repairs are half price here, it's still expensive. So that does save them a lot of money. That does mean that from their description, they will make a profit rather than just break even with this trip.
Yeah.
Given the cost of docking and repairs.
Well, that is good.
Now, you can buy some replacement lumber here as well, if you want.
How are we going to get off Bonanza back to our ship without getting charged?
That seems like a bit much.
I think it's fine not to do that for now.
It's up to you.
Where else can we get wood?
You can wait until Ginsel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Or some other parts of Grilla. I doubt Bonanza is the only port in Grilla that we could buy wood.
Yeah, you could go to other ports in Grilla.
Yeah. I'll say wait around where...
We
'cause
might...
they're... Yeah.
We might be able to buy some from the elves. If they agree to take this ship off of our hands.
Well, at least you know the elves are going to ethically source their wood.
That is true. Okay. So you do land on a flattened area dedicated to vessels. Your space is cordoned off. Clearly, a space set aside for small vessels like dragonflies and mosquitoes and flitters. And a member of the Harbor Masters Guild comes to you to take your docking fee. So that is 5 gold pieces per keel foot. So that'll come to 100 gold pieces.
Wow.
Imagine if we brought in the full-on battle dolphin.
Yeah, that was like
brutal.
1,000 or something.
Yeah.
Which is why I said we should go with Flitter.
It was a good idea. That was a good idea. I didn't think of that, but yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
Going in with a battle dolphin would have cost an arm, a leg, and a firstborn child.
And just a second-born child.
So I have a question, Ald.
Yes.
If we
Yeah, no,
bought
the
some-
firstborn's already been taken away by the Fae.
If we bought some wood, would we be able to tow it out with the flitter?
You could probably set something up to tow it. The flitter does have a half-ton of cargo space. It does have a small hold.
Yeah.
And I've previously said that you can get 5 whole points of wood within a cargo ton.
Right.
So you could easily get 2 whole points worth of wood in there.
Right.
My spell component refreshment cost is now 200 gold pieces.
Well, that's what you get for leveling up.
Yeah.
And being multi-classed, yes. So it actually is 90%.
Huh?
Goods are a little bit cheaper here.
Oh.
Oh, right. So we should buy wood.
How much do you need to pay for spell component refreshing?
It was 2 gold pieces per max spell level times caster level.
And then times 0.9. Here only.
Here.
So that's 2 gold times caster highest spell level, which is level 2. Because I cast 2 second level spells, and then times 3 because I'm counting as 3rd level cleric.
Yeah.
If there's an opportunity, Eld, I'm going to pickpocket that guy. He's robbed us blind. I'm going to have something off him.
He's just doing his job.
Oh no, I'm spiteful. I got 95% on pickpockets. What's the odds of this going bad?
If I did that right, then that means I just pay 10 gold. 10.8 gold.
Yeah, 10 gold, 8 silver.
That
All right.
saved me actually 20 gold pieces. It's that much cheaper in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're taking the percentage off then.
Oh,
Or
so are the spell components cheaper too?
Yeah.
just
Wow.
cheaper.
It would have costed me 200, but since it's only 90% price here, I only paid 180.
So when we come back to Bonanza, we're gonna come in here, but like maybe you could teleport here.
I'll refresh my rations while I'm at it.
So Lafdul, you pick his pocket and you get a small knife suitable for like cutting up your food and everything like that. Not and little bit of defense. Not like a full-on dagger.
Letter opener or anything? No.
You could use it
Alright.
as a letter opener too. I mean, but it's primarily just like a tool knife as opposed to a defensive knife.
So
Well, the
like
guy
fruit
ripped
knife.
us off, so I felt spiteful, so I'm pickpocketing him.
I mean,
You have a new holy symbol too.
Lafdul.
Yeah.
Do remember that you need a new holy symbol.
Yeah, well, that was also playing into it as well, and he just kind of signed himself up for that.
So your new holy symbol is a knife.
His new holy symbol is a fruit knife. You can use it to carve some apples.
No, it's actually actual knife, but not dagger.
I mean, that's a fruit knife is a knife. That's not a dagger.
It's a dagger for attacking apples.
All right, so Lafdul, you want to go sell some gems?
Yeah. Sorry, one second. I was just doing go calculation
All
because
right,
it was 90%.
I can do someone else.
No, I can do it.
Okay.
I'm done now. So.
All right.
Bear with me. Bringing up sheet.
So you would discover that there is a glut of gems coming out of the mines, in addition to other minerals and metals and things like that. So all of those things are pretty cheap here.
So we wouldn't get a good price.
Correct.
Yeah.
Well, we can buy cheap if we need.
Like, how much of a knockoff? We talking like more than usual, like 20-30% less than what we might normally get?
You're going to be looking at getting 50 to 60
Half?
base value.
Oh, no, we're not selling it. Well, I'd rather we didn't.
Well, if there's is that also the price that we would have to pay?
So the thing is like if you need a 100 gold piece gem, you still have to pay 100 gold pieces for it.
Yeah, it's got to be that value.
But if you wanted to
They're
get,
just not willing
if
to
you wanted to
give
get
us
iron ingots for smelting, for forging and stuff like that, then it would be cheaper here than elsewhere. Like they don't do a whole lot of gem cutting here, but they do have raw gems and stuff like that. But
they do.
Yeah, not a huge amount. It's just that no one's really interested in that here. Like, because people can get it.
Lafdul sees the opportunity to make money. He'll jump on the bandwagon. But yeah, I'll figure something out after the game here.
But it's also in bulk quantities, so.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Even if I have to pay a small fortune or whatever.
All right. Yeah, talk to me after the game then.
Yeah, we'll sort that out afterwards.
Okay.
This is how Lafdul becomes a business tycoon.
I mean,
you could try to arrange a shipment to your gem shop back on Brawl. like commission a
I
shipment.
can try negotiating that. I guess.
That's going to be better than. I would rather do it that way, in fact, because then
yeah,
I'm more.
alright, yeah, no, that's fine. I'll try and set up a trade contract.
Okay.
Lafdul's
And
endgame is
I'll-
becoming the Monopoly man.
All right, so I will. We'll get to. Well, let me think.
I mean, I can pay.
Yeah.
I can pay in advance on the money, or if needed. Or is this something you're just going to see how the shop's prosperity is, as it were?
I'm gonna need you to set up an initial contract, and then we'll see how that, and then I'll decide
Alright.
how much that profits you afterwards.
I mean, considering all the Boundary raids lately.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of insurance you're going to need on this.
Yep. Okay. So, let's see. Lankas, you'd be asking around for information about the Gnomish colonies.
Yes.
Okay, so there are a number of floating air towns, essentially, and they travel from asteroid to asteroid. And these are completely manufactured, mostly out of wood, but stone is incorporated as well. They use giant balloons and propellers to hold them up and move them around and everything like that. Was there one that you were looking for?
I don't know which one my grandpa is specifically on, so I'd basically be asking for one, like Tinker Gnome ones specifically, if there are any.
Well, they're all Tinker Gnome ones.
Okay, they're all Tinker Gnomes. Okay.
Yeah. And there's about a dozen. Did I not give you a name? I thought I did.
You did not give me a name. No. Not for Grilla.
I thought there was one name that he gave.
Let me check.
Something.
Oh, sorry, you're right.
after,
You are correct. I did write down a name. I'm dumb. Successful aerostatic colony Mark II.
Okay. So yes, you would learn that one. You don't know exactly where it is because it does move around, but they do describe it to you so that if you see one of these air towns, you'll be able to recognize whether it is Successful Aerostatic Colony Mark II or one of the other ones. All of which have really weird names. Apparently, Successful Aerostatic Colony Mark I, well, at the time it was just Successful Aerostatic Colony. It apparently exploded about 50 years ago.
Of course it did.
Yeah. You'd hear something about the one of the breeding the giant space hamster breeding experiments resulted in slightly flatulent giant space hamsters, and by slightly flatulent, it was a lot of methane. So.
Wasn't there also some place that was named after? I don't remember exactly, but it had basically calamity or something like that in the name.
It's like after this horrible thing happened, we don't talk about it again.
That was on the Spectre, not on Grilla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one gnomish colony on the Spectre.
Did they crossbreed giant space hamsters and bonacons?
No.
So is the okay. I just connected something. So I was about to ask something, but then I just realized. Okay.
So yeah, so basically, as you guys are moving around Grilla, now you will know whether one that you encounter is the one you're looking for, and like once you're completely done with everything else you want to do here, if you haven't encountered it, then you can just like search around for a bit, and eventually you will definitely find it. Because they just float from town to town, do their trading, and move on and stuff like that. And they have a lot of like manufacturing facilities and giant space hamster breeding facilities and libraries and stuff like that on the various towns. Each one tends to focus on different, like a few different things.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can check that one out. All right. And Darrakar, you ask around about the labyrinth. Unfortunately,
Maze
no
of
one.
Keftos.
Yeah. Unfortunately, no one knows anything about that here.
That's fair.
Okay. And Ockar, you were asking around about monitors.
Yeah.
You would quickly learn that the people here do not like monitors because they are considered troublemakers. Every time one shows up, they just stick their horse butts into everything. Everything, Friendly local gambling down at the saloon to every trade deal that is using questionable, products, getting involved in the claim jumping that occasionally happens. It's just a headache. They just really do not like monitors around here.
Okay. I guess I'd also ask around to see if anybody, if the name Bethia means something to anybody.
You will hear that you think someone by that name might be on Ceres.
Okay.
And that's what we already knew.
Mm-hmm.
Nice confirmation, though.
Yeah, it lets me know that we were on the right track.
Doubting my deity.
Yes, always.
I just get confirmation. Always confirm
Mhm.
any information you get. It's science.
You should trust my deity.
I do, but confirmation always helps.
All right. Is there any products that? Oh, actually, you know what? I just realized I meant to ask you. The two rescued slaves. They would have wanted to get off here, Albreth and Genos. However, they have no possessions of their own.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's farms around here. They're hoping to get jobs with them, but they have no money. They have no
I will
possessions.
Give them
each,
some coin.
I will give each of them 100 gold pieces that they could use to get started with their lives.
All right. Excellent.
Are you allowed to give them stuff from your tithe?
It don't exactly work that way. I don't believe. I'm just being safe, and I'm gonna give them I'm gonna take 200 gold pieces out of my personal wealth. And I'm gonna give each of them 100 that they can use to start their own lives.
Yeah, that's not that doesn't come out of your tithe, and I know that's not what you were planning. I'm just saying for Braxon.
Yeah.
But this is charity is a that is something that paladins do. So yeah, excellent. All right.
Finn would do so as well.
Yep. And I'd like to do so as well.
Okay.
They don't need to work anymore.
You
so
don't
they
need to give them
suddenly inherited.
so much money.
100 gold pieces.
Hold on. Ockar, do you want to drop that down to 100 and Finn gives 100?
Sure.
Okay. So basically, each of you gives each of them 50 each. That's a good amount of money for both of these individuals. Definitely will allow them to buy things for themselves. That. I mean, that is a lot of money. That is a lot of money for unskilled people. So that'll definitely keep them going for a while they look around for some farming jobs.
I think in the rule books it mentions that unskilled labor doesn't even get gold piece per month usually.
Generally not. Well, it depends on where you are.
Yeah, but
This
in
place
general,
seems very expensive.
There's a lot of stuff is expensive here, but there's also a lot of opportunities for making money here, and that's the thing.
and farms are usually looking for extra labor.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes things are just
Probably,
expensive to tourists.
Worst if you have a ship.
Yeah. I mean, part of it is like they have abundant mineral wealth that people from elsewhere want. And because they have abundant mineral wealth, it's cheaper for them to sell it. So one of the ways that they make extra money is by making it expensive to get here.
Yeah.
Did I manage to teach them how to read and write?
You taught them enough that they can continue on their own.
Okay.
Okay. So they would have come down on the flitter as well, and Albereth and Genos would have shaken each of your hands, especially you, Finn, and Ockar, both for, Finn, what you taught, and for the money, and said, thank you very much. We're looking forward to our new lives of being able to do things for ourselves and live our own lives. Thank you very much. And they will also thank Lankas and Darrakar for saving them in the first place.
Of course,
You're
good luck out there.
welcome.
Her smiles warmly and says you're quite welcome.
Thanks for keeping us company while we waited around for a month.
Yes, thank you for your tales. They were quite fun. Quite fun.
Oh, I'm so tempted to have mine read up to see if it was genuine.
It was genuine. They didn't always understand it, but I mean, when you're stuck a place for a month,
way to pass time.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't always have to understand a story to find it fun.
Mm.
Oh, the fun part.
Still do not understand this hydrodynamics thing, but thank you very much for the stories.
Also, Tinker Gnome stories often have explosions.
Yeah.
Exactly what you want to be thinking about in the flow. It'd be quick at least.
Yes, but explosions from stories are fun. The ones that happen in real life are frightening.
Oh, they're fun for me.
Oh,
As
what
a dungeon
stories are
master.
based on real life? Or, game life.
All right, so is there anything else that you want to do here?
Yes.
All right, Solas?
I'm looking for any scrolls that have restoration.
Excuse me.
No,
Do they have?
there's no magic items for sale here.
There's that you're going to be off that, isn't it?
I'm sorry? What?
What?
The main place this sphere is known for, is it Orth?
Orth.
Yeah. I think that's where we have to go for high-level scrolls, though, wouldn't it? If anywhere.
There can be some in other places.
Yeah.
Haven't flowered, though.
There are, there are very few full temples in Bonanza, mostly looking at shrines to deities that most of you other than Finn haven't heard of. But no shrine to Obadiah here, Finn.
Probably
have...
Finn's not surprised at that.
Yeah.
If
Do
everything's
cool. Do they have any healing potions or
No, I said
scrolls?
no magic items.
Okay, no magic at all.
Do they have a knick-knack shop that may have an item they don't know is magical? That I will go through with.
No, because I don't want to deal with thinking about that. That would require me to roll some dice and try to come up with something. Braxon, you were about to say?
I was going to say, if everything's cheap on Bonanza, do they have any herb gardens where Finn might find 2-leaf clovers?
Oh, he wanted a graveyard, didn't he?
Well, I said 2-leaf clovers because that would be 4-leaf clovers. But
yeah, sorry, jogged my memory.
50% off.
Ay, ay, ay.
That
You're
was bad
probably
even
not
in
going to be here
Braxon
long enough
standards.
for Finn to do any searching.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you'd have to, like, you're not in a ship that's big enough for you guys to sleep in, so you'd have to, like, stay at an inn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, no,
that-
we have no idea how much they charge in the inn. They probably charge you money for leaving the inn.
Well, you would learn that the cost of leaving the port is less if you're getting cargo.
Oh, right. Okay. So we should buy some wood.
A substantial amount of cargo would be necessary. Your flitter does not carry enough for it to be worthwhile.
Well, that's why I said, can we tow? Can we tow
Even
wood?
I mean, but I'm talking about like you'd have to get like a cargo barge and fill that up and tow that for it to be
Okay.
for them to be consider that not you just trying to make an end run around the fees.
Right. Okay.
Which honestly, that idea would be us trying to make an end run around the fees in general.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how long it would take for Braxton to nail all the planks together.
You would lash them or something.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Anything else anyone wants to do in Bonanza?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
We should
Good.
buy some wood to replace the wood we gave away because we've got 5 whole points of wood.
Well,
You
do
said-
you want to do that, or do you want to wait until someplace else?
Well, you said it was cheap here, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Cheap wood?
45 gold per whole point worth of wood.
Okay.
Problem is, can we carry all that wood on the flare?
You'd
we
have to
can
tow it.
carry.
I think the best we could do would be 2 hull points.
If you wanted more than 2 hull points, you'd have to tow it.
Right. So we could tow some wood.
Yeah.
Would we be able to get 5 whole points and tow it and put some in the flitter?
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
Okay, so how much would that cost again?
So 45 gold piece per hull point, and then you'd need some
45,
supplies to lash it together and tow it. So whatever you saved would be made up. You'd be losing in those extra materials.
But the ropes and stuff we could use afterwards.
Yeah. So 50 gold per hull point at that point.
Okay, right, 50 times 5. So 250. Could you take, Finn, could you take 250 please out of the company funds?
He may have stepped away. Just might want to just put it in the
Yeah, all right.
chat.
Yeah, we'll do. Let me do the ship first. That's up to 10.
Okay. All right. So the Harbor Master Guild will be asking you for 40 gold when you're ready to leave.
Okay.
So you pay him and set off?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you get back to your ship, stow the lumber, and you want to make your way towards Senbriadene?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It'll probably take you a day to get to it, traveling through the Grilla cluster. Is that
Day.
fine?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
That means we've spent a day on here, and we're spending a day traveling. It's been 2 days.
Um.
I'm keeping a mental track for the sleep-induced prisoner.
Yeah. Yeah. So 2 days, roughly.
Sorry,
I
the other
would
port.
consult.
The other
Go on.
port was Sealer.
What?
Where are we going? The other port, Sealer something.
Senbriadene.
Sendri.
Senvrinatine.
I thought it was Sembriadene.
Hold
Sembrai.
on.
Sorry, you enjoyed this part, Old, when we all get it
These
wrong.
aren't even my names.
Ah, see.
These
He
aren't even
doesn't
my
enjoy
names.
because
I
these are
enjoy it
not
more
all
when it's a
his
name
You
that
can't even
I
take
come up
credit
with.
for it. Which
All right, I'll look the spelling up in grey space.
No, I
later.
just put it in the chat.
Oh, you did. Okay.
what colony group is this, sorry?
So this is
Sound
the
elves.
only city. Well, it's the only town in the Elven nation of
Oh, that we
Senaltarian.
can. Yeah, that's fine.
Breading?
Senbriadene.
There's bread in that word.
Senbriadene.
Okay.
If you,
Elven bread token.
yeah, then the pronunciation makes more sense if you kind of split the E and the A.
Yeah.
Senbriadene.
Yeah. And the nation is Senaltarian. All right. So during the trip, you will spot at a distance 2 of the gnomish air towns. Lankas, give me a number from 1 to 12, please.
Are you feeling lucky?
Let's just do this. 2.
Okay. The second one that you spot does look like it matches your description of successful aerostatic colony Mark II.
Oh.
All right, load him up in the catapult. We'll launch him over.
Now, because you do have this.
Wouldn't be the first time.
You said you got featherful, so you'll be fine.
So you
Also-
could like where it is now, so you could drop off the ship, deal with the elves, and then go to it.
Yeah.
But this is going to depend on how Lankas feels about that. Like, is waiting that little bit of extra time to kind of do this business of.
Yeah, Lankas would be fine with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you can.
I would say, although the catapult thing, it's like that's how we get around in Mount Nevermind. Catapults.
Gnome flingers.
Yep.
They're obviously much more sophisticated than simple catapults.
That's true.
Yeah, ours explode with steam sometimes.
Exactly. All right, so you you're not passing close enough by to really signal him, but you do see them, and Braxon and Glau can work together to figure out what heading they're on, what bearing they're on, and how to find them after visiting the elves.
As long as they haven't exploded by the time.
Well, I mean, this is successful aerostatic colony Mark II. Obviously, it's not going to explode because it's successful.
But didn't they say
It's
that about the
successful-
first one?
It's successful until it isn't.
I mean, that one was obviously a mistake. This one is obviously not. Because it's successful aerostatic colony Mark II. All right, so you do approach the elven vessel, an elven town, and as you are coming within range, a man-o-war comes out from a shadow of another stone and is on a direct intercept course with you. and they are signaling as they're approaching. The signal reads, "You are entering Senaltarian space. Declare your intentions or break off immediately, or you will be fired upon."
Braxon sends back, "This is the
Welcome
blade.
to try.
This is the company of the broken sword.
This is the blade with the company of the broken sword. We are friends elves from Brow Space, and
And Realm
we
Space.
wish and Realm Space. Okay, and we wish to confer with a representative from the Elven Imperial Navy. We have captured a pirate ship, and we seek Elven justice."
They signal back requesting the name of the pirate and what they have to do with the with Senaltarian.
Are they groundling?
They live on asteroids.
Yeah.
Well, I'd send back the name of the name of the pirate that we got from the lizard people.
Jarvan
We
and
can
Longleg.
mention.
Don't we want to mention the Hobgoblin pirate?
Yeah, mention the Hobgoblin as well.
Yeah,
on the outer sphere. We believe
we also have a captive hobgoblin that we wish to pass over to the Elven Imperial Navy. We think
he was the captain.
Yeah, he was captain on a ship, and we think he has intelligence that you need.
Okay. They signal back. Understood. We will guide you into Senbriodne. No member of either of your ship's crews are allowed to leave your vessel.
Understood.
Okay.
We will stand by until you can get some officers to come and see us.
All right. So you are you follow the man of war in, and they direct you to land both vessels in a small port town, which is obviously Senbriodne, and it's the only town that you can see on this this one particular asteroid, which is densely covered in trees, forests, pretty tall trees as well, and
Braxon will get ready the well-used Elven letter of introduction.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got like 1 million smudge stains on it, like coffee
everyone.
stains.
No. All these various different elves have broken the seal and opened it up and put their own seal on it, or whatever they've done.
It's how you get the iridescent seal. You go to every one until it builds up an iridescent smudging.
Do my best to stay out of the way, as I realize that my appearance could be intimidating.
They would be the Elven Imperial Navy, at least, would be familiar enough with Minotaurs that it wouldn't be intimidating because of your appearance. You would be intimidating because of your size, though. Just like a GIF would be.
I was kind of concerned that I might be mistaken for hostile if I did not just be careful about my manners and that.
That's fair.
Hands on the company you keep.
So
more often than
would
not.
know that there are good Minotaurs.
So Senbriodne would be on the edge of the asteroid. Both vessels would be docking on gravity plane docks.
Right.
And you'd be like, each of you would be up along one dock, one pier, and there is a force of about 10 elven warriors already there, and the man of war stations itself, in the space behind, obviously monitoring both your vessels and what's going on. You can tell that the town itself is like it's a pretty standard town. You know, an elven town. You can see from the decks of your ships. Shops, homes. Many homes are up in trees growing throughout the town. But there are a pair of trees and almost like a wall of trees off to one side, and this pair of
Yeah.
trees forms a gate through, and you can see enough, especially Finn, you can see that these trees appear sculpted in such a way that they have, you know, their upper branches are incredibly long, making almost a dome back there. You can't really see much in because there's like viney gates, but you could definitely conclude that there's probably an Elven Imperial Navy facility back there, and it is closing off a very large area. You can also see that there, you know, now that you're docked and up close, you can see that along the edge of the asteroid and in many of the trees, there are weapon emplacements.
Yeah.
So heavily protected. Once you tie off the vessel, there's some elven worker, you know, like dock workers there. You can see a couple other vessels in port as well, crewed by elves, and they're not facing this squad of warriors that you are. They appear to be, you know, like the elven crew on those ships are able to freely come and go.
Yeah.
I'll see how they react to me as I present myself. And I just make myself more obviously known that there is an elf on their ship.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And my apprentice.
So from the docks, the elven warrior, the leader of the squad, calls out to both vessels. Who's in charge of these vessels, please?
Braxon says, well, I'm in charge of this vessel. The other one is a pirate ship we captured, so I'm in charge of that temporarily. I was hoping we might be able to sell it on to the Imperial Navy.
So
I have a letter of introduction.
Before you get to that, as soon as you've indicated that you are the elven captain motions with his hands to some of his crew. I mean his soldiers, and they begin taking up positions on by the gangplanks for both ships, and then he and obviously an aide comes to the gangplank and interrupts you and says, "Permission to come aboard."
Oh, permission granted, of course. And Braxton's he's Imperial Navy, is he?
He is definitely Imperial Navy, yeah.
Right. Braxton's gonna pass over the letter of introduction. Yeah, we've worked for the Imperial Navy before.
So
and
he opens it and begins reading it real fast.
Yeah.
Folds back up and hands it back to you and says, "You said something about selling this vessel, and we had a message that you have pirates."
Yeah, but we also have a captive. Before we bumped into the pirates, we were attacked by a scorpion ship that was delivering some cargo to a goblin porcupine
ship,
and we took the ship, and the last officers on the ship tried to kill themselves, and we managed to capture one of them live. We think they might have some important intel for you.
Whatever they were sending off, they were willing to die for it. We'd heard that no one's been able to capture these pirates or like raiders. I don't know what they are.
I think
they've been on the outskirts.
I think the things that no one has been able to capture was the strange ships.
Yeah, we've heard reports of these in Brawl Space and other spaces.
Yeah.
So the reason why The elf converses with his aide quietly, real fast, and then says, "It is likely that that hobgoblin was not truly a pirate, but you capturing a captain of a vessel, a hobgoblin vessel, is most certainly of interest to us."
It was built for war, that ship. It was
Yes,
well armored.
yes. Scorpion
Yeah.
ships are from the Unhuman War. They're old military vessels. I'm
Yeah.
unsurprised that one would be in possession of goblinoids, although normally those were used by orcs, so this is quite interesting.
From what we could interrogate or gather information from them, the materials they transported to the porcupine ship were important war resources.
Yeah, and
Can you bring forth this hobgoblin, Captain?
I'll bring him out.
he's sleeping at the moment.
Yeah.
We've had to sedate him. You understand? He wants to kill himself.
The crocks an eyebrow and says, "What sort of sedation did you use?"
Druidic magic.
Yeah, our druid friend over there could probably explain the finer details.
Finn, do you
I'll
want to?
explain what the tea does.
Okay. Very interesting. I imagine our own priests of Rilliphane have similar concoctions. I'm unaware of such things, but how much longer do you say he will be sleeping for, sir?
I'd give him my best educated guess.
Okay.
The neutralized poison would.
How
cure
long?
him,
How
wouldn't
long
it?
does it last for again?
Oh, let's see. Gotta go look that up again.
It's like a tea kind of thing.
Herbal magic.
Would a neutralized poison work against it?
Yeah, it would do if it's treated as a
Yeah,
poison.
well, I don't know if that one does or not.
It probably
If it
would.
does,
It's 2d4
so-
days.
Okay.
so, Solas has memorized neutralized poison if someone wants him.
No,
the
no. If
captain
he
to
is
be
if he is
open.
asleep now, we would prefer him to be kept asleep until we can get him secured.
Do you want me to go carry him out for you?
No, I will have some of my men do so. You are not to leave your vessels without an escort and permission. This is a sensitive facility.
Is someone by the name of Lenelius, and I'll give his last name, around here? He's someone who can vouch for us. He is from this sphere.
You give him.
He
You give
was-
his Lenelius's rank.
Yeah,
And the
I'll
information
give
that
him
you
as
have?
much details.
I do
as
not know
can.
him personally, but I will check.
I will also indicate that I've been aspiring to join the Elven Imperial Navy one day, and as part of my training was to do reports, and I have done a report as best of my abilities that I'm able on the Goblin ship and the pirate ships.
Hold it for now. I need to get this prisoner secured and
course.
to our intelligence officers before anything should happen. So Finn, you would say that it could last up to 8 days. You'd estimate that subtracting out the time that he was in Softwood, 4 to 5 days have passed. So he could wake up at any time is essentially what you're looking at right now. So this elven officer wants to, snap, get this guy taken care of real fast. He goes to the edge of your deck and calls out in Elvish to some of his soldiers to quickly go get a stretcher with restraints. A pair of them rush off, and just a few minutes later, they will return with a stretcher and some restraints and some other soldiers to take him away. So once that's all taken care of, he then turns back to you, Lafdul, and says, I will be sending someone to receive your reports, if that is acceptable to you.
It will be, yes. Thank you.
Understood. I will also check on this Lanelius. I do not know him personally, but I do not know even everyone here at our facilities. Now,
I could say more, but there's a lot of confidential information that obviously can't be said.
Yeah.
Unlikely that would help me know him if I do not know him yet.
All right.
He had an injured leg. So if you've seen someone
If I
with a
don't
limp-
know him, I would tell
Okay.
you if I knew him, sir.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
He's basically what he's telling you. He doesn't know the guy. He has to go check with the with his superiors to find out if
That's
there's
fine.
a
That's
Lanelius
fine.
here.
That's fine.
Fair enough.
Does he want some details on these pirates?
So
Or
yeah,
he's-
he was
he's
about
got
to ask you about these other pirates, but the fact that you had a hobgoblin prisoner who was a captain, that is
That's the bounty in itself.
yeah, that is urgently.
So
You need to take care of that far more urgently.
yeah, so Braxon says, so after we captured this hobgoblin, we decided to come here. We bumped into these pirates who attacked us, and we managed to take their ship relatively intact. And
You could call it intact. I mean, like
yeah, we took the ship intact, and then we stumbled onto some people that were on the asteroid Bonanza who'd been robbed, and we got their cargo back to them.
No, it was a derelict turtle ship that we stumbled on.
Well, it wasn't
Yeah, who
derelict.
were the victims of
That we
the same
escorted
pirate.
to Bonanza.
It wasn't- it
Braxon
wasn't
would be
derelict,
giving
it was damaged.
Braxon would be giving the correct
Yeah.
information. It's fine.
Yeah. We got to the turtle ship that had been damaged, and we helped them, and they can verify that they're pirates if they need verification. And Braxton says at the end, the reason why I came specific to the Imperial Elven Navy is in our sphere, something's up, and the Imperial Elven Navy seems to be doing stuff, but it seems to be confidential. And I thought that it would be better to have a ship fall into your hands than to have it fall into the hands of whoever else might be acting against the elves. And I understand you probably can't talk to me about whatever's going on, but I thought it would be better for us to offer this ship to you rather than to take it and sell it to anyone who wants it. It's a heavily armed warship.
He says we do not typically deal with taking pirates here, but since you've brought them, I will check to see if there's an outstanding bounty. The gift of this vessel to our forces will be most appreciated.
Well, it's not so much a gift, but we can take payment later.
So you're looking to sell it to us?
Yeah, but I don't need money now.
We also have few extra weapons that we took from the Scorpion ship
Yeah.
that we could sell to you cheaply.
They're not going to be interested in non-magical weapons. They can make them themselves or purchase them themselves. Like that's something that you just want to sell off when you get to a normal port. So he says, I will have to check on with my superiors to find out what they wish to do.
Of course, yeah.
I will be leaving some men here to guard both your vessels. Do you need any supplies? I can make arrangements to purchase supplies if that is something that you need. Wait, hold on. Lafdul was about to say something.
If this is at all possible, I would like to pay my respects at a temple within, being a fellow member of the Seldaran.
You are free to leave. You as an elf, and he says you, including Luar. As elves, you are free to leave and travel about to the town itself. There are places off limits even to you, however. But the rest of your crew, the rest of your compatriots must remain on the vessel.
Basically, give me the shopping list.
I can also arrange for escorts if you tell me what you need to purchase.
We get some wood.
Well, you can discuss it, like, and he'll be back anyway.
Yeah, basically, we can give him a brief rundown of our itinerary. That our adventure goes to Dark Star. So
well, not right now. It's more indicating that, like, if you say yes, you need to
scrolls of protection.
Hold on. He's indicating that a simple yes or no if you need supplies. If it's yes, then he'll be back to collect, to find out what that is later.
All right.
He's not looking for the detailed list right this second.
Because he's still got to go make some reports.
Right.
Yeah.
And
some
inquiries.
mundane then, but also some.
But again, like if you're like, no, we don't need supplies, then that's a whole task that he doesn't have to deal with now, kind of thing. That's what he was asking.
I think some people are after magic potions and stuff, so I'd say yes.
Yeah, we need supplies.
All right, I will get that information from you after I've consulted about these pirates. We need to get that taken care of.
Okay, thank you very much.
So I will return with more information as soon as I am able. So he leaves, and with his aide, and there will be 8 elven warriors watching over your vessels and preventing anyone other than Lafdul and Loire from leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you do want to go about the town, you can make a request. They will tell you, the soldiers will tell you that, you can. You just will have to be escorted, and they will have to make arrangements for that.
Yeah.
I use the opportunity to do a bit of combat drills.
I mean, I'm more than happy to do shopping requests if people give me lists of items.
Yeah,
if you rejuvenation, restoration.
Yeah, I'll go through the temples, see what I got.
Also, any potion that can take away magical aging is something that Solas is interested in.
You're not that old.
What? Solas is 48. And
that still sounds
becomes,
really young to Lafdul.
Yeah, that is incredibly young.
He becomes mid-age around 60.
Lafdul reaches out, pinches Solas's cheek. Oh, you little baby.
I was going to say I'm 3 times his age. Is like I'm only
so
yeah, but
no,
you also live.
Almost.
You also live at least 5 times longer than Solas.
I'm 140.
Lafdul, would you also have turned over your reports?
Yeah, I can. I will be in the temple. I can hand them to you now. I'll give them to you now.
You like before he left? I mean.
Yeah, I would give him my itinerary, what I plan on doing. I can say I can give him now. Or...
Well, no, the reports that you said you wrote.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
Okay.
I mean, is the plan of where you are planning to go?
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. If he'd rather me give them in the town,
no,
or...
he would want them.
All right, now I'll hand them over.
Okay.
Written reports. So.
Okay, so a couple hours later, he will return with another elf. Clearly more of an administrative member of the Imperial Navy as opposed to a warrior. And the administrative elf says, yes, we looked over our bounty lists and did discover that this... I have to go back and look at his name again. Hold on.
Something Longlegs?
Yes. Jarvanin Longleg is indeed wanted dead or alive. May we see him and his crew?
Yes, crew is on the hammer ship, but the officers are here on the dolphin.
Yeah.
May we see them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's more of a... Can you take me to go see them as opposed to a yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
go take them to go see them.
Okay.
Do come on board.
So you you take them and show them the administrative elf is making some notes, and once he's confirmed it, back on deck he says, yes, since he is alive and is with his officers, the bounty for Jarvanin is 5,000 gold pieces. His officers are worth 1,000 gold pieces each, and any crew 50 gold pieces each. So that will be...
Sorry.
That'll be a
you
total of
had-
a bounty of 9,150 gold pieces.
That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, it's essentially free money for us.
Okay.
Company
So
money, rather.
they summon a full squad of like 30 elves to come and take them away.
So, have you had any thoughts about his ship?
Yeah, he was about to get to that.
I'm sorry.
Now, you say you wish to sell the ship, but it sounded like you didn't want a monetary reward. What are you looking for?
Well, we have helped the elves out, and the elves have helped us out lots of times. So, I didn't know whether you had the funds here.
Probably not for a full helm, but we could certainly purchase the ship. I did some checking, and it does appear that that you have... Yes, I think that there is a prior commitments on your part that are owed. We could say that this will alleviate that.
Oh, our debt for the resurrections.
No, we paid them off. It was the last thing was left was the Korean Spirit Warriors. I'd quit. I'd open that at the Spirit Warriors.
I think that there was still one because Leva died a second time.
Yeah.
And I think that was still
Oh,
open.
they said that we cleared all our debts. The only thing left was literally the Spirit Warriors because we never retrieved them. That was it.
Yeah, but are we in debt for that?
Yeah, we're in debt for the Spirit Warriors because we never retrieved them, but everything else was done.
Yeah, but it's not our fault that they lost.
No,
them.
we recovered them, but we lost them.
I think that the second Leva resurrection wasn't cleared.
Yeah, I think that's the only debt that we have.
Either way, I'm happy to give up the ship to get rid of all our debt to the Elven Imperial Navy.
So you don't have a debt for the Spirit Warriors, but the elves are definitely not happy with how that came out.
Yeah.
And
but
they
it's
do
not completely our fault.
And they do consider it's not a debt per se, but there is still
an obligation.
An obligation, yeah, we'll put it that way.
And
that is not getting cleared by this.
But if we gave them the ship and the helm, that would help smooth things over.
But we also recovered one of their lost spheres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
I think that would be more valuable than the Spirit Warriors.
Our Coca space, you know.
So I think clearing out what's left over with this ship seems like a fair trade to me.
Yeah, then basically the only like from an out of game metagame perspective, the last remaining thing is that they will if they call on you to help do something with regards to the Spirit Warriors, they're going to expect you to agree, no questions asked.
Okay.
And that's the only thing that's remaining. There is nothing other than agreeing to that that's going to clear that up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that you can think of right now.
I'm fine with that.
Or at least find other Spirit Warriors or something the equivalent of.
I'm fine with that. I just want to get rid of the rest of the debt so we're not beholden to the Imperial Navy as much.
But is the debt just for the helm or the helm and the ship?
The ship itself is not like secondhand ships are not worth that much.
Yeah, but it's decked out and
Yeah, but secondhand ships are
improved.
not worth that much.
That's the elves.
You're trying to
don't
nickel and dime this
typically...
right now. That's what I'm getting at.
I'm fine giving away both personally, but up to you guys.
My.
If people have got a problem, we can vote on it.
I mean, if we got a deck, clear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we got one ship, we can get
Plus-
another ship.
Plus, being on good terms with the Navy would help us in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean,
they helped
and
us
as it is
out.
right now, you technically are still on good terms with them. I mean, even with the situation with the Spirit Warriors, but doesn't hurt to get even on even better terms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like this would even out our put us in like the best graces possible, and make us more free to do more things without having to be as on call as before.
The big thing that a lot of what this does is that this makes you trusted agents to the elves. In other words,
Reliable.
if there are things that they need done that they don't feel that they can do themselves, like obviously like an Elven Imperial Navy vessel going and doing something, then they know that they can ask you, and not necessarily that you'd agree, but that you would be likely to get it done, kind of thing.
I'm fine with that.
With things that you've done. Also, if you go to them and say, yo, you're wrong on this situation, there's this other thing that's responsible for something going on. They're
more willing to trust us on our hunches.
Yes. Or take your information even when it, they're more likely to take your information when it contradicts their understanding of situations.
That sounds like a great trade to me.
Well,
Yeah.
we need to build up a reputation, so...
Yeah. Braxon to go for that. Gets that debt out of the way.
All right. Anyone disagree? Everyone good with handing over the hammer ship then?
Yeah,
Goodbye,
fine.
Goodbye, hammer ship.
It was decked
Yeah,
out and armored and everything.
Yeah. Beautiful. We'll get one later.
We will.
10 years later.
No, well, I'm
There's this
thinking-
ragtag hammer ship, it's
making
barely
good
hanging
money.
on.
So, did people want to go shopping? Well, while the guy's here, Braxon would say, would you mind having somebody bring us a list of other ships that are of interest to the Elven Navy in case we run into any of them?
Yeah, the administrator will write out a list of well-known pirates and current bounties.
Okay. My first officer has a holy quest to go to a place called Darkstar in the Grinder. Would you by any chance have any information?
What's this
about
reaction?
that would help us.
The administrative officer will give a surprised look and say, that is well known for a place to avoid. It is a dangerous location.
I know it is dangerous, but it is a place I must go.
I was not trying to discourage you. I was just surprised.
It holds a item of great power that I need to retrieve from the evil clutches there.
That would explain some of the dark power that seems to be there. We've had some patrol vessels enter that area and never return. Since it is not an area that seems to be spreading in any sort of manner and doesn't seem to be affecting other things that don't get close. We have left it alone. But should you find the source of whatever evil lurks there and resolve it, I am quite sure it would do wonders for trade in that region of the Grinder.
You said you lost some ships there.
Now, this is an
If we
old dock place. It has been many decades since any patrols have gone near there.
Right.
Pre-Unhuman War?
He couldn't give you an exact date. It's just like
that's what I was trying to figure out his
no,
age.
it's just it's a case of like it's a Bermuda Triangle type situation. Some ships have gone in, never come out. So they just don't go there anymore.
Brax says I'm just trying to work out. Sorry, go on.
Wondering, do we need to refresh some of our crew? Like find free sailors?
I think we still have most of our sailors.
Well, you're down 3 Herwadi.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to get Herwadi here.
Yeah.
But we might be able to get crewmen.
Yeah.
Lafdul looks to
have
Lankas.
We want to have same kind of crewmen for ease of counting.
Yeah.
Plus, all the elves here will be. They'll all be Elven Imperial Navy, I would think.
Well,
yeah, I just brought it up out of curiosity because it could help us.
So I'll take that as you asking the elves where you can get replacement crew. And you'd indicate that they're Herwadi. And they would tell you that probably Ceres is the best place.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you.
There might be some at other ports, but that is one of the better places for general crew and stuff like that. It's pretty well traveled port and everything like that.
Yeah.
Solas asks if they are willing to sell us magic items that might help us in our quest to Grinder and the Darkstar.
They would not have anything of significance that they'd be able to sell.
So no scrolls or
no
potions. Well, then there's nothing that Solas would be interested in buying.
I'll see what scrolls they got. They might have some.
They're not really going to have any magic items for sale.
All said that they are not willing to sell.
I mean, it's mostly that they don't have anything to sell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most places do not have magic items for sale.
Would they be willing to buy gems?
There would be a gem shop. You could sell probably 5,000 gold pieces worth.
A single gem then.
Anghammarand giving a reroll for Ockar there.
Oh,
thank you very much. Oh, sorry, what was that, Lafdul?
No
a single gem then.
I mean, you could sell lesser value gems too.
No,
and that's
we need to get rid of the
about it.
Higher ones.
That's about, like it wouldn't be a thing where, oh, you're trying to sell 2 gems and they're 5,001 gold pieces. Can't do that kind of thing. So.
No, I'll see if I can get rid of one of them. So a ruby. We got 14 of them, so if we can knock it down by 1.
So let me go ahead and see. Give me a charisma check, please.
Oh no, outsider. 15.
Good. All right.
Maybe because they learned I'm a priest of Aravan. Reputation.
So I'm not going to be applying your charisma reaction adjustment to this roll. Okay. So they will. Let's see. So you're trying to sell a 5,000 gold piece ruby?
Yeah. And I will also make some inquiries to see if they know what the translucent pink faceted stones are.
All right, so
it's a low value one.
They will offer you 3,600 gold pieces for that ruby.
All right, I'll mark it off. I'll mention that to Finn. I'm trying to think how we do it. No, because we already paid off the crew, so all the other money now goes to the company split apart from the crew. So the officers and this. All right.
So these gems were the ones that you got about board the
Yeah, I'm
Scorpion
basically telling him to do a 3600 split without the crew.
No, I'm talking about the translucent pink faceted stone.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they're the ones we got recently.
Yeah, you only have one of those.
Yeah, I just want to know what it was.
That is a rhodochrosite, valued at about 10 gold pieces.
Lafdul feels bad, but not knowing this gem. But it's only 10 gold, so that's probably
Even
why I
if
don't
you are
know.
gem cutter and gem merchant, you might not know every gem possible. Since some gems are not available on every world and such.
And sometimes they can vary from world to world, look a little bit different.
Is that how it's spelled?
Yes.
Cool. I spelt it nothing like that, and when I googled it, Google Fu helped me. I consulted the sages.
So they will also tell you
Sages Bing and Google
that Lenelius is not stationed here.
Yeah.
But they did have a note from him that should you arrive, that they are to send a message to him where he is stationed that you are in the sphere.
Right.
We have a colleague who can communicate with him. Magically.
I mean, you can do that too. They're still going to send a message to him.
Alright, fair enough.
I mean, you've also sent a message
through
the Elven Imperial Navy as well, like from the previous sphere.
Alright.
But they don't have any information about what that is. That's just a standing order. Basically, he wants to know when you're in gray space, Lenelius. And this is a message that is older than when you sent your message. So this is something that he would have put in when he got back here from your trip, kind of thing.
Braxon will say to him when he says that, do you know if Lenelius needs us to do anything?
I do not know anything about that. It is just an order to send a message that you are in gray space. I would assume that if he has anything for you or if he wants to contact you, he will find a way to do so on his own. I do not have any information about that.
Okay.
We can give him our itinerary, even though we have a means of contacting him. So, at least the Elven Imperial Navy will know where we're going.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to send any information along with their message, that's fine. You can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll even, itinerary, personal message, whatever. They'll send that all along.
Yeah. Well, we intended to go anywhere other than the series. We had a delivery to make, didn't we?
Well, you want to go to Ginsel.
Ginsel. And Finn's family is Ginsel.
That's it, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that... Oh, also, I think I forgot to charge you their docking fee. Hold on a second.
There's a docking fee.
Yes, there was.
This is where we don't have the money for the docking fee.
This is when you would have first put in. I had written it down and I forgot to actually give it to you. That was going to be 2 gold pieces per ton, so 120 gold pieces for the hammer ship and 140 gold pieces for the dolphin. This would have been charged before they found out that you were going to turn, you were going to give the hammer ship over to them, but they still charged you.
Do we still have to pay the docking fee on the ship we've given to them?
Yes.
You think?
Because that would have been paid before they found anything out about that.
The bounty was at 9.5k.
It was most definitely not that.
Does anyone remember what it was?
9150.
9150.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it was.
Finn has to write that down. So
That's why I said 9.5, so I was 350 out.
I mean, Finn, did you get that information?
Yeah, we're talking in
now.
Okay. I mean, you can always PM me if you miss something like that, like if you've stepped away. Okay. Is there anything else that that you want to discuss with the elves?
No.
I'm
I
good.
can't think of
Unless they
anything.
want to tell us
I could
anything
ask
they
them,
know about the strange ships.
Well, I could ask them about what I'm thinking about is what do they know about modders and this Lady Bethia person that we were told about?
Okay. First, they're not going to tell you anything about strange ships. Like, even though, you know, like, Lafdul's brother broke protocol. He didn't exactly do anything wrong, but he broke protocol by telling him stuff. So they don't have that kind of personal connection, and they don't have any orders to share that information with you, so they're not going to be telling you anything about that.
Braxon's going to take this officer to show him the magical device we have on our ship that finds things.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to recount the story of how we previously managed to rescue someone who'd been attacked by pirates because somebody had his wife, the wife of one of the crew on there, had a wedding ring. And those people from the missing ships, if there's a possibility that any of them are alive, if there's someone in the fleet that has a personal item that belongs to one of them, we might be able to use that to find them.
They will keep that in mind, but they don't currently have anything that they can, like, it's not so much that, like, the way that he phrases it isn't so much that they have no use for it. It could be that, but it could also be that he's not authorized to have you
Make
do
the
anything.
request.
Yeah.
Also, I think the items ownership basically might have transferred during this time.
Yeah.
I mean, Braxon's just telling how it works and saying, "Hey, if it we can do this if it helps you." Like, that's essentially what he's saying.
Yeah.
And the response is along the lines of, "We don't have anything that we can authorize this use right now, but we'll keep it in mind if, you know." It's like, that's good to know. Can't do anything with it right now.
You've got our itinerary. If somebody finds this useful and they have some sort of personal effect that belongs to anyone on any of the ships, let us know.
Yeah, I mean, you've informed them of a thing they can use if they ask you, kind of thing, and
yeah,
if it comes up, then it comes up. So Ockar, in response to your questions, they don't have any concrete information about monitors. You definitely get the impression that they have a much higher opinion of monitors than the people of Bonanza.
Makes
because
sense.
They will say that like, there's a story of them coming across a pirate ship. Every member of the crew that was still alive was tied up, bound, gagged, everything like that. They'd been drawn to it by a light, and the pirate crew would tell them that a single winged centaur creature said that they were all under arrest. They laughed, and then the centaur creature kicked their butts.
Nice.
And that was a monitor.
That's very impressive.
They will tell you that Lady Bethia is the name of a Rhaegar on Ceres.
What's a Rhaegar?
They're a race of artists. Do you remember the weird?
Time Stop, the golem we had with us, the unknown sphere where we got the tracking machine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a Rhaegar. The one who created all of that. That was a Rhaegar.
Okay.
Each one does like. They all have different artistic passions that can vary from from actually painting to terraforming worlds to the most beautiful thing in the world is the destruction of war, or kind of thing. Like each one has a different view of what art is and their goals and everything like that. So
now I have a better idea of who it is I need to go find.
yeah. So they will tell you that there are 2 Rhaegar living on Ceres, and one of them is named Lady Bethia.
Okay.
Oh.
Do they know which part of Ceres that she lives in? Is it like a...
It's a small asteroid, dude. It's not going to be hard to find.
Okay.
They have a manor on Ceres.
Okay, good.
They're relatively
Naturally.
recent residents, so they don't know much about them. Like they don't know why they're there, but the 2 have a manor.
What's their general reception when they regard the Rhaegar, when they're describing them and talking
The
about
elves?
them?
Yeah.
They
Very
talking down
powerful
about-
people that you do not mess with, but they're extremely suspicious of the motives of anyone that they do not already know. Some of them are nominal allies. Some of them are extremely dangerous. Well, all of them are extremely dangerous, but some of them can be dangerous to you. Some of them can be dangerous to people that you want them to be dangerous towards.
So it's no weapon. The elves are weaponizing them.
No,
Where able.
no, not so much that. Like, they're a race that cannot be handled, shall we say? Like, the elves cannot do anything to the Rhaegar that the Rhaegar do not want done to them.
They are extremely powerful.
Okay. Then I'll have to be careful when I handle this. Okay. That's good to know.
So, like, they're all powerful spellcasters, and all of their art incorporates magic in some way. But some of the art can be completely benign, like, paintings that are they're paintings. You can touch them and they're flat surfaces, but staring at them and they'll move. Like you'll be looking at a landscape of grain fields, and the grain will move in the wind, and occasionally a storm will pass over and it'll rain, and it's like
living art.
Yeah, like almost like living art. And that's relatively benign. It's amazing, it's beautiful, it sells for tremendous amounts of money, but it's benign. Others make weapons that, fire upon other ships and cause the ships to blow up in multicolored rainbow explosions that are beautiful but also deadly. So, Rhaegar can run the gamut between all of these different things. Each one it focuses on one type of magic, like one type of art. So that first type, yeah, they're benign, they're friendly. The elves are like, yeah, they're we love to buy their artwork and stuff like that. That second type, or the ones clustered around that, the elves would try to take them out if they could, if they're working with people that are enemies of the elves. But also they might try to get them to work with the elves, kind of thing. So
Okay.
each one is different. Each one has different goals, and all of them are very unpredictable and difficult to deal with. But some of them just happen to be doing things that don't hurt anyone.
I'll just have to be careful.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So they don't. They like the two on series are relatively recent residents, and they don't know any. They don't have any solid information about why they're there.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a reason. There is one named Hastane back on Brawl, and again, like no one really knows why he's there. But so it's not so unfamiliar. But yeah, so yeah, they would recommend being very careful in approaching. But if you're just looking for information, then it may be okay.
Good to know.
Hmm.
Well, thank you.
All right. Any other information that you want from the elves? Or anything else that you want to do with the elves?
Solas asks if there's any mage that he could exchange spells with.
Are you planning to be here for a few days?
If the party is willing, that would save me from researching a spell if I can learn it here.
All right, then I would recommend let's call it a session here, and you can discuss with the party whether you're going to be spending a couple days here.
Yeah, it would be 70 days to research it.
Lankas does have a gnomish air town that he wants to visit, so
Yeah.
that's going to be a question of whether there's things here
70
that
days? What spell's that?
Improved Blink, it's 5th level.
Oh, then no, they're
fair
not.
enough.
No one's going to have improved blink here.
Nah.
That's a spell that you like, unless you find it in a spell book that I randomly generated. That is something that you're going to have to research yourself.
Nah, pity.
Okay. But still, you guys might want to think about other things that you might want to do with the elves, so we can end the session before you leave. What was that, Braxon?
I was going to say, is there one of the asteroids in Greela that might have wizards on that might know that spell?
Like, it's just a thing of you're going to have to research that spell. That is not a common enough spell that you're just going to stumble across a wizard that has it, unless it's a wizard that I randomly generated a spell book for. So
that's cool. I wasn't trying to. I just thought if there was this one over there, there's a ton of wizards with their own wizard university.
No, it's just like the rare and very rare spells. Unless I happen to roll it up in a spell book, you should generally just assume that you're going to need to research it.
Okay, fair enough.
Lafdul's gonna see if he can work on what he needs to work on for, being more suitable for the Elven Imperial Navy, just seeking tips, tricks, help, advice, whatever.
All right.
What I did wrong, what I can improve on.
Have you tried talking to our helmsman in the Navy?
He's talked
No,
to
I did.
He's talked to Nemariel.
Yeah, a few times.
The big thing that she would say is that you got to take orders and you got to take them without question, kind of thing.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
That might be hard for
No, I can do
Mischiefmaker.
it.
I think Lafdul's better off as someone that has where they can deny knowledge of him working for them.
So XP-wise, that is going to be 500 XP for Braxon, Lafdul, Solas, Lankas, and Darrakar.
Sorry, how much?
500.
All right.
600 for Finn, 700 for Ockar.
Nice.
And Darrakar leveled up after last session. You took the 5 hit points rather than rolling, correct?
Correct, I did.
Okay. So yeah, I just wanted the viewers to know what you got out of that. Did you get anything else out of other than improved Thaco? I don't think so.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
Question:
Aren't yours every 3 levels? What level have you gone to?
He went to 4th.
Question:
Yeah,
also,
thieves are
Yes.
every 4.
Yes, Braxon.
are we allowed to have Cape Sword roll to see what he would have got if he hadn't taken the 5 points?
I mean, he can roll a d10 right now and treat that as what he would have gotten. It's not really what he would have gotten, but sure.
You're going to make him really sour if he gets a good roll.
If he wants to, he doesn't have to, though.
He doesn't have to. I know. You don't have to, Cape.
I'm gonna do that, but I appreciate the gesture.
All right, anyone going up a level?
Nope.
All right.
No, not yet.
Not even close.
Okay,
As
so
a
Mhm.
last minute thing, as a personal quest for Lafdul, Lafdul's going to see if he can find names of those places in the Unhuman War that were in the dream, because he had the name of the villages and stuff. He's trying to find out. Different sphere, asking around.
They would not be in gray space.
Right.
Okay. So when we come back next time, a visit to a gnomish air town, successful aerostatic colony Mark II. And then I think you guys wanted to go to Ginsel after that, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
one last question for that officer.
Mhm.
Would we be allowed to have the names of the missing ships, so that if we see any ships, we know it's one of those?
They've basically shared the information that they're willing to share with you already.
Okay. Did they just say there's some missing ships, and they didn't say what they were?
They didn't say anything about missing ships.
I think he meant the ships that
You said
were
elven
lost
ships
in
went.
Darkstar.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
those were lost like decades ago.
Well, could people possibly be alive?
Extraordinarily unlikely.
Considering where
Like-
they
like-
were lost.
The most recent one that was lost was, I'll say, 50 years ago.
Okay. Well, it's lived a long time.
Elves live a long time, but they
Yeah,
would
but-
have to be like. They would have to find some place to survive, and this is
Yeah.
not a place that like.
Okay.
Yeah, I doubt they could last 50 years in Darkstar.
No, that's fine. Well, I was
Whether
wondering
or
if we
not they
might
would even
find.
want to.
I was wondering if we might find an asteroid nearby where there's like a elf living in a cave or something.
I mean, if you do, then you'd get the information then.
Yeah.
And they'd be like,
Right,
I was
fair
from this ship that crashed, blah blah. So.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
They're long written off. They like the officers don't like they'd be like, I'd have to go check the records, kind of thing.
Fair enough.
Um,
The math there should make sense.
yeah. If there is anything else that you want to do with the elves and you think of during the week, you haven't left yet, so you will have the opportunity. Otherwise, heading out to find the gnomish air town.
Cool.
But that will be for next week. So I want to thank everyone for playing. I want to thank everyone out there for watching, and we will be back next time. See you then, everyone.
Game.
Thanks for the game.
Thanks for the game. Take care, everyone.
See ya.
Thanks for the game.
For the game.